crafty and cunning. These words paint a modest portrait of Pablo Escobar, the notorious kingpin of the Medellin Cartel. At the height of his power, Escobar's empire was rich and infamous, earning him the title world's greatest outlaw. However, his audacious charm that led to his criminal success also paved the way for his downfall. His story is a paradox. A man who aimed to be Robin Hood, but ended up like a modern-day Icarus, flying too close to the sun with contraband. This is Escobar's rise and fall. Before we dive in, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and ring the bell so you're first in line for our next mind-blowing videos, The Rise of Escobar. Pablo Escobar's journey to infamy began in Rio Negro, Colombia. Born in 1949 to a farmer and a schoolteacher, his early years in Medellin hinted at his future criminal ventures. Starting with selling stolen tombstones and smuggled stereo equipment, he swiftly rose to the narcotics trade through sharp business sense and ruthlessness. Escobar's criminal empire grew from these beginnings in Medellin, marking his rapid ascent in the world of illicit drugs. The Medellin Cartel began in the late 1970s when Escobar and others saw the potential in the cocaine market. Led by Escobar, they formed an influential cartel dominating the trade. Using strategic alliances, political manipulation, and brutal tactics like a plata o plomo, bribery or bullets, they expanded globally, employing submarines, planes, and mules for trafficking. Escobar's power peaked in the 80s, affecting global governments and economies. Known as the King of Cocaine, he amassed a $30 billion fortune, controlling 80% of U.S. cocaine imports. Despite his wealth, his rule was marked by violence and law enforcement threats, leading to his eventual downfall. Pablo Escobar, famed for his wealth and power, orchestrated covert operations to enhance his reputation. One notable move involved entering Colombian politics to validate his influence in the Chamber of Representatives. With vast connections, he wielded political power openly and clandestinely. His network employed advanced intelligence for surveillance, espionage, and threat detection. Escobar's impunity underscored his dominance in Colombia's political realm, solidifying his legendary standing. The reign of Escobar. As Pablo Escobar's empire continued to expand, so too did the reach and influence of his criminal network. With billions of dollars at his disposal, he began to make significant investments in infrastructure projects across Colombia, including building homes for the poor and constructing much-needed roads and hospitals. These acts of philanthropy were seen not only as a way to gain public support and favor, but also as a way to launder money and hide his illegal activities. Escobar's influence over the Colombian government was deeply connected to his criminal activities, blurring the lines for authorities. His political infiltration had significant effects, allowing him to escape laws favoring his businesses. This unparalleled political power cemented Escobar's status as a feared figure in Colombia. The fall of Escobar. Despite his power, Escobar's empire crumbled under mounting external pressures. Even elusive kingpins aren't immune to law enforcement, allies' treachery, and rivals' threats. Colombian and U.S. governments cooperated intensely, creating surveillance webs Escobar couldn't evade. Internal dissent and rival alliances fueled his downfall. This storm toppled the Medellin cartel titan, showing even secure fortresses can fall under the right circumstances. As Escobar's star faded, rival cartels eagerly competed for a piece of the Medellin cartel's declining empire. It resembled a real-life power struggle with more cocaine and fewer dragons. The Cali cartel, once David to Pablo's Goliath, strategically maneuvered to rise, appearing as savvy entrepreneurs rather than narco-terrorists. This shift in power marked a new chapter in Colombia's history, fueled by intimidation, bribery, and a thirst for power. The Cali cartel forced increased law enforcement pressure, marking a pivotal moment in the Colombian drug war. Raids, wiretaps, and arrests signaled a shift, diminishing cartel impunity. U.S. pressure urged Colombian action, leading to a crackdown on criminal networks. Amid foreign policy demands and public unrest, the government took bold steps to combat narco-terrorism. Operation Search Block displayed Colombian determination to dismantle the Cali cartel. The unit, a mix of elite Colombian officers and U.S. tactical support, utilized advanced surveillance and intelligence with zero tolerance for the narco threat. Blending stealth and force, Search Block became a feared entity among drug lords. Amidst a nationwide manhunt for Pablo Escobar, his empire crumbled as justice closed in. Escobar escaped capture, but his dramatic downfall in Medellin marked the end of a reign Colombia vowed to remember, not repeat. The hunt for Escobar. As the reach and influence of Pablo Escobar continued to grow, so too did the international attention on his criminal activities. In 1984, the United States began to pressure the Colombian government to take action against the notorious drug lord. This led to a joint operation between the U.S. and Colombia, known as Operation Condor, aimed at bringing down Escobar and his criminal empire. Despite their efforts, it would take several years and multiple failed attempts before authorities were able to catch up with Escobar. He had built an intricate network of loyal associates, informants, and corrupt government officials to protect himself from capture. This network made it nearly impossible for law enforcement to gather enough evidence to successfully prosecute Escobar in court. The fall of Escobar. The downfall of Escobar had various factors. Intense pressure from the international community, especially the United States, was crucial. Strong extradition policies and advanced surveillance technologies exposed Escobar's secrecy. Public opinion in Colombia turned against him due to violent actions causing civilian casualties, losing his local support. Rival cartels and disillusioned lieutenants formed Los Pepes, with authorities' tacit approval, dismantling Escobar's network. The final days of Escobar were marked by a relentless manhunt that grew more intense as Escobar's power waned. On December 2, 1993, after a 16-month chase, the hunt reached its climax. Escobar was traced to a middle-class barrio in Medellin via a radiophone transmission. Colombian National Police, backed by U.S. intelligence, descended upon the location. In a desperate bid to escape, Escobar and his bodyguard fled across rooftops, but were met by a hailstorm of bullets. Pablo Escobar was shot and killed, a stark end to a reign of terror that had cast a long shadow over Colombia. The image of Escobar's lifeless body, shrouded in blood and draped over the rooftop, symbolized the end of an era and became an indelible image in the collective memory of the nation. The legacy remains. The legacy of Pablo Escobar and the Medellin cartel is intricate. Escobar, a notorious drug lord, sparked violence and corruption, yet some viewed him as a modern-day Robin Hood. Colombia is slowly recovering post-Escobar, bolstering institutions against criminal influence. Progress has been made, but scars from the narco-trafficking era linger. Escobar's story reveals the perils of unchecked ambition and drug trade devastation, prompting reflection on underlying societal factors. His tale remains relevant, igniting discussions on drug policy, poverty, and law enforcement. That's all for today. We hope you had a blast watching this video. If you did, remember to smash that like button, subscribe, and leave us a comment below. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you in our next video.